Okay, there we go. Apparently, anytime you have inappropriate words, Twitch does not let me stream to them. What a bunch of cucks. So I hate Twitch. They kind of suck. I put the title is It's Dildo Time. And for the longest time, I couldn't figure out why sometimes Twitch wouldn't let me... Oh, nice. Twitch would be like, oh, error chord. An error is a chord. So, fuck you, Twitch. You're quite gay. And I hate you. But, you must do what you gotta do. Stream on the other platforms. I have learned, though, that YouTube does like that consistency. If you are not consistent, YouTube does not like you. But it's weird because I see other people like have the worst the worst upload schedule, and maybe it's just a me issue. It's a skill issue, brother. And working on videos is not only quite a lot of work, but also time consuming. You have to put a lot of time aside for this. Sometimes I'm like, why do people subject themselves to want to be an online content creator? I mean, I guess if you like it. If you like something like this, I mean, maybe I don't see... This is going to be a nice combo. I guess I don't see... I see why people want to do this, but I also, at the same time, I don't see why people want to do this. Like, this is why, like, YouTube kind of sucks, in a sense, or content creation is... If you don't take sponsorships, you kind of fuck yourself. And because ad revenue is obviously not enough. It can't be. If ad revenue is enough, people wouldn't be taking sponsorships. There's actually a creator I follow, person. They don't take sponsorships for the simple fact that they sell enough merch and like they get enough from ad revenue, and so they don't have to take it. Which is good. Not everyone can do that, but I think actually everyone could do that. They could find a way to make it work. I don't know. I just think the sponsorships ruined kind of YouTube. Only because people just have no integrity. They have no integrity with it. And I'm not saying like everyone, but look at Honey, look at established titles, look at all these fucking, every time a new sponsorship comes up, it quite literally is it's quite literally cancer, because you can't trust it. What are you playing? Magic the cuckening. Magic the Gathering. What a Mr. Business. But the constant, just the cuts that fucking... sponsorships that are taken, and dude, I keep seeing ads for honey gain. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's obviously associated with honey. Oh, it might be. There's probably a ton of shitty sponsors that are being done right now. No, I meant to take it. My profile pic is Evil Clippy. Nice, based. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. But like, there was a sponsorship. This is like kind of like a perfect example. There was a sponsorship on a drama channel that I watch sometimes, and they started talking about this fucking home security shit, and then motherfuckers came out of nowhere. Bucks. And all started sponsoring it. I'm like, did we not learn? Do people just take sponsorships and they just send out mass emails to all the creators, and they're like, yep, I'm gonna take it. Don't care if it has any ramifications. What's he gonna do? Wow, I have zero understanding of Magic the Gathering. It's okay. I do too. I'm pretty retarded. I don't really have any understanding of it either. But even worse, like, than the sponsorship thing issue, YouTube has become less of a place of people actually doing things because they like YouTube, they like it, and YouTube has given them, like, I don't know, maybe it's like people just don't do YouTube because I feel like they actually enjoy doing it. It's just a giant fucking ad campaign now. It's like like, I understand you're gonna adjust to what the trend is so you can make your money, but it just feels soulless now. Like, Mr. Beast just kind of fucking ruined it all, in my opinion. Okay, he lost. I'm not just him alone. I think it was a general shift, but he definitely fucking made it worse. Now there's a bunch of Mr. Beast clones. Thumbnails all look the fucking same. I sound like I'm such a boomer when I talk about this shit, because it's like, I used to enjoy going on YouTube. Now it's like dystopian. It's either a bunch of political grift shit, T-channels, or just pranking, or how many views I can get. I mean, even if you just open up just a standard private browser YouTube, it's pretty dystopian. The fuck? What's the front page? What's trending? I mean, it's all gonna be crazy shit, but yeah, it's all gonna be like shit on like what's going on politically right now. But if you just go to normal YouTube, you fucking... What? Just the thumbnails are all the same, like this. It's just bad. Hey, speaking of doing good, not to bring mood down, but I got fucking COVID vaccine in July 2020 because my fucking school made me stay employed, and then February 2021 I was in the hospital, heart failure, and I find it hard to believe that was just a coincidence. Could be, but you don't have COVID and you're still alive. Isn't that Isn't that kind of show that like it worked? You didn't die. But the thing is, people are really bad at people always draw conclusions. I don't like to go off coincidental stuff either, because like anything could be a coincidence. I never got COVID. I just got the heart failure. Well, you didn't get COVID because you got vaccinated, most likely. Well, you did get it. You get a minor strain of it. I mean, that's just how vaccines work. You get a minor strain so your body can fight off the actual infection. It's complicated. The problem is we live in an age of retarded disinformation. So see, even if you got like cognitive heart failure, like a small, minute side effect, but you live, I mean, I don't really see that as a negative outcome. That's just my perspective. I could be wrong. I don't know. I have my opinions about vaccination in general. Opinions that don't really matter, because I think people are always gonna want to be counterculture or think that doing their own research is above all, and then you realize these retards just don't know how to read. And I do actually kind of disagree that I think people that like, this is my take. Yeah, you almost died. That sucks. But did you? I'm gonna do the meme. Did you die though? But did you? I think I got COVID twice. YouTube might fucking community guideline this. I could barely walk. I had to stop at my house, take a nap on the way to the ER because I couldn't stay awake. Damn, that sucks. R.I.P. Well, no R.I.P. Awesome that you lived though. It's actually kind of fucked too. So I once pulled up like a research paper on something and I couldn't read it. Like I couldn't understand it because it was a research paper. There's a lot of research papers out there that are made that you're not gonna understand. People aren't gonna understand just because they know how to read. That's my general take. Come on, take the bait. Take the bait. Yeah. The only reason I did die is because I went to the ER. They couldn't believe I drove myself there. Yeah, people have lived crazier shit. Like, it's like, oh, that's impressive. Haha, bitch. So I think there was like a crazy one, like where a guy got like, he had like a nail in his head or something for a long time, or like a bullet, and they're like, that's crazy that you lived. Like people, I mean, it's not good, but like people have tried to kill themselves and end up somehow living. They take a shot to the head. They're normal, which is like even more crazy. Actually, and to clarify, I'm not saying that heart failure was caused. Yeah, that's a very, very strange. I think there was a small. I know you're not, but like, I believe there was a small percentage of people that did get an enlarged, heart. I could be wrong though. Again, I'm not an expert on these things, so it's kind of hard for me to. It's kind of hard for me to have really an opinion beyond that. Come on. Take the bait, loser. There was a dude who had a spiked lodge in his head. He was fine until they took it out and his personality changed. That's crazy. Well, you know, it's actually a crazy one. The guy that like landed on his head and he like knew Chinese when he woke up, like completely. That's crazy. Like he could speak and understand fluent Chinese just out of pocket. That was, I love learning crazy shit like that, quite literally. Damn, he really doesn't like that card. That's kind of dumb. Oh. Ooh. Oh, authority of the council. I'm not like saying even it's good that like, okay, someone has brain damage, but God, what a bitch this guy is. A loser. So one. It's fucking. I want to compile the Xbox Series Xbox tomorrow, but I don't know where to find it. Okay, I lost this one. Well, I could have won. I could have. Ooh. Phineas Ginn was his name, the guy with the railroad spike in his head. Oh, that, yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't know if I could. God, there, I saw a clip of a guy who his girlfriend like shot. She mishandled a firearm and shot her boyfriend in the head, and it looked like he was gonna die. He looked dead. And I will say it was negligence. I'll still give it like an accident, but it was mishandling a firearm, which is stupid. She was retarded. I think she should have gotten I think she should have gotten charged with something like a fine or something, so that she can go learn fire and be forced to go learn firearm safety. But that guy looked like he was gonna die, and he did not. It was a shock. He's probably fucked forever, though. Mentally. I straight don't know if I could be with someone that accidentally fires a firearm into a bullet to my brain by accident. I might not be mad at him, but I might not be with him either. Because that's kind of crazy. I mean, you should never. My personal take is you shouldn't even let any, even if they're really good with guns and they have good discipline, I would never let anyone like hold my firearm. Oh, nice. Notify me, late as usual. Ooh, primal. I'm getting rid of that. That could be a problem later. Ate 2 chili dogs, now I feel like gained 10 pounds. That's fair. You should have spent all that time, instead of eating two chili dogs, you should have compiled the Xbox 360 cross compiler. Yeah, I would never let anyone hold my gun either. Yeah, and it's kind of crazy too, because like I'm like, oh, if you know the person, like, but I don't know. I don't trust. People can make mistakes. No, I'm saying, like, I don't want that mistake to happen. I hope they were tasty. He loves big chili dogs. I don't really think you can fuck up chili dogs. I mean, low key. No cap. Oh, I have enough. Yeah. Let's get rid of them. I'll even say that. I mean, yeah, no, I just wouldn't. I try to like think of as like maybe there's some justification somewhere. I'm like, nah, I probably just wouldn't. The only downside is that they didn't have beans. Beans on your chili dog. That's a bit strange combination. No cap. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, maybe my friend is a really gun-safe enthusiast. He knows what he's doing. But if anything happens with my gun, then yeah, that's probably where I'm like my brain is going, just subconsciously. Like that's where my brain goes. I'm like, all right, if anything happens, this is my fault. I feel like it's my responsibility. This is my fault. So I guess like I don't know. That's kind of how I look at it. Damn, took out the good card. Oh, okay. Maybe that's just my. I mean, I agree. I just agree with what you're saying. Because like some of my friends are retarded. If anything, I would at work like the only time I guess maybe is if like I had a person who was interested in a gun and they didn't want to buy it first. And then they go to the range, I would, sure. That would be maybe slightly different. That'd be about it. If they're like, hey, I don't want to spend all this money on something I don't know, I would first be like, we'll just do a rental, but ultimately, I get it. Like, if somebody's like, hey, now if it's 3D printed, it's different. It's a different story because it's not serialized. Then it's all okay. It's off. The illegal 3D printed gun. Unregistered. I can't say retarded. I can say, I can say retarded. Yeah. Oh, maybe I can. Yeah, you can say retarded. I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't care. Damn, it's got landfall. Yeah, we're going to destroy this bitch. I do have a PPC 64 big Xbox 3C architecture cross compiler, but I don't know how to cross emerge and kernel 3 fails to compile whatever the reason. Just ask Reddit. Just what is it? Everyone was saying just ask what's the Stack Exchange went to AI, I think, or like sold all this scrape data for AI, and now for some reason there was an error. You know, the first time. Interesting. Stack Exchange was like, hey, we should use AI to help Stack Exchange, and then it ended up like eating itself. Kind of. Like now no one fucking I think uses it, or it's like it's kind of cooked its own self. We need to make PPC popular again. I don't know what PPC is, to be completely honest. If it's an emulation thing, I'm not very deep into the emulation part. Damn, he took away that fucking thing too. I'm not really into emulation. Not that I hate it, I'm just not familiar with it. I know FPGA boards are like very big into emulation and it's kind of cool. And I think it's very cool in general, but I'm not a huge emulation knower. I don't know what PowerPC is either. I'd have to look this up on the interwebs. Okay, let's see. PowerPC, with the performance optimized with enhanced RISC performance computing, sometimes abbreviated PPC, is a reduced instruction set computer. RISC. Oh, nice. Instruction set architecture, ISA, created in 1991. Apple, IBM, Motorola Alliance, known as AIM. PowerPC, and as an evolving instruction set, has been named Power ISA since 2006. With the old names lives on trademark for some implementations of power architecture-based processors. Originally intended for personal computers, the architecture is well known for being used by Apple's desktop and laptops lines from 1994 to 2006, in several video game consoles including Microsoft Xbox 360, Sony's PlayStation 3, and Nintendo's GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. PowerPC was also used for the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers on Mars based, and the variety of satellites also based. It has since become a niche architecture for personal computers, particularly with the Amiga OS 4 implementation, but remains popular for embedded systems. Oh, nice, cool. Haha, PPC. I flipped a lot of books back in the day. Gen 2, NetBeans just can run on everything. Sure. I mean, that's true. Designed by the AIM Alliance. IBM made it super secure. PPC was the RISC architecture used for. Yeah, PowerPC is technically a bit different than Power, but I'm not knowledgeable enough to know about the difference. Interesting, yeah. Well, it is cool. It seems cool. It seems very based, very cool. I always enjoy learning very niched architectures and stuff about the internet, especially small, very small, usable. So if you guys are not aware of this company, it's kind of cool. I'm just going to bring it on the screen right here. I can never remember the name. I have to do this. The most expensive USB drive. So Linus Tech Tips did this. This is actually a good video.
Hard drives are laughably fragile.
Surprisingly, that Linus did. I generally don't like a lot of the videos he makes because they suck. Again, the enshittification of YouTube. So there's this really cool company. Yeah, PS2, Xbox 360 will ran on PowerStream. Cell was designed by IBM, and Toshiba basically used similar PPC cores to use the Xbox, but it added the SPUs to the CPU and had a lot more vector processing capabilities. Yeah, some of these what would you call them? These game consoles, they do insane amount of packing a insane amount of power for limited resources. It's very impressive. I know people shit on Microsoft, but sometimes Microsoft's engineers just are fucking out of this world. They're very good. Same thing with Apple. Apple engineers, a lot of these people just do really insane work. But there's this really cool company that I like. I ended up buying this. It's supposed to be it's a very expensive USB drive for what you get per cost. It has pretty much a USB CDC interface, requires no additional drivers on most operating systems. This is kind of like supposed to be a USB drive that is going to be around forever. I haven't done any type of kind of like testing afterwards to test this theory, but it's got a built-in text editor, which is nice. Sony stored of the PPU cores from Microsoft with the PS3. Not surprised. I don't think the PS2 was actually PPC though. It's got a blue LED, which I don't know what that means. It supports FRAM, write protection via solder jumper, and includes pretty much a 3D paste. But it's got pretty much 4 megabytes, 32 Mbit NOR flash, 8 kilobytes of storage. It's pretty much supposed to last 95 years at 55 degrees Celsius, over 200 years at 35 degrees Celsius. It's supposed to endurance like 10 to the power of 12 read and write cycles at 85 degrees Celsius. You can do it for time capsule, geo-checking, note list storage, crypto keys, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So the cool thing is it doesn't ship with encryption, but there is a firmware branch that's experimental encryption support. I do want to check this out, but the problem is there is no firmware image available yet, so you need to build a branch. Maybe it will be in the future. PS2 used the Emotion Engine CPU and graphics synthesizer. Yeah, graphic vectors and like the whole graphics thing. fucking blows my mind. I still don't know how it works. It's very cool. So in the event that this computers don't exist, it's supposed to be able to, you can get about 8,000 characters, by the way, with this, which is not terribly a lot, but it's not a little amount. So it's kind of like in between. I don't know if space counts as a character, but you're supposed to be able to use jumper wires and a terminal flash, a serial port. A serial port. There's a way to connect to this even if like computers go away. But this is they're supposed to make timeless computers. They're making computers that are supposed to essentially work very, very well, even if society goes down. This is like, it's a FPGA-based computer designed for timeless applications. The timeless applications are supposed to be applications that are used primarily for timeless, designed to operate and remain useful for 100 plus years in both directions where possible, unbreakable, end users can always recover to the original state, durable, limited lifespan, parts should be replaceable, flash, moving parts, hand assembled and hand repairable without unreasonable expensive equipment, support for long-term data storage. That's kind of what I got from it. Comprehensive documentation built into the device, which I agree with. That's probably the best thing you can do is get a device and quite literally be able to get the documentation in the device itself. Having a manual or like a man page built into the device is pretty based. My MP3 player actually came with instructions and everything inside the MP3 player. It was kind of awesome. But I digress. This is, they have a security device now. They have a one-time pad, key generated, and key vault that can, in theory, provide perfect quantum-proof encryption between two devices. It's sold in pairs. The open source software allows you to generate keys using the Elizabeth's hardware TRNG, true random number generator, and copy it to a second device. Each device can generate up to 2 megabytes of perfectly secure encrypted messages, which can be transmitted over any medium and decrypted by the other device. Currently available for reservation. Final appearance specifications: 4 megabytes of flash memory, hardware key generation. Once this gets released, I'll probably buy this. This is actually kind of cool. Like, stuff like this is very cool to me. The Walkster programmer. So this is like a quick connect ISP programming for LS10 modules, which can also be used as Z-Wolf host or generic USB to I2C master protocol converter. I'm not super aware of like some of this stuff sometimes, but that's just the point of this company, is to make stuff as resilient as possible, even in the face of societal collapse. It's a very interesting company. I kind of like the ideas that they throw out because they're thinking long term. They made another one. They have another storage one. What is it? There was a section for just storage, and it's kind of cool because, no, that's not it. This is the one. So this is the same thing, but this comes up with 128 pages of text. So it's a higher capacity. 128 pages is actually pretty good. You could do a password store. You could put your password storage, your cryptocurrency private key storage, your notes, your lists. It's very cool. It's probably, in my opinion, I'm not a huge Linus Tech Tips enjoyer anymore. It's his best video that led me to this site. And I thought this was going to be like a one shit company. By the way, it's from Germany, by the way. I think they're German. Buying it takes fucking forever, and shipping obviously costs more than the product itself, aka Nitro Key. Fuck you, shipping. Fuck you, shipping. Oh god, I hate the shipping. I hate shipping stuff from Germany. It costs so much. But I digress. But when this Einsight security device comes up, once they get a price, I think there might be. I would need two. How much you'd be willing to pay for each? $1. I actually might send him an email later. Open source messaging software using USB HDI API. So you could theoretically, in the event, shipping from various EU countries is terrible. Yeah, it's huge cancer. It's just so expensive. Like, I love a lot of the shit that's made in. I have a European made backpack. The best backpack I've had for 10 years. I thought I paid a lot of money for it. I don't even regret it anymore. I paid like $100+ for my backpack, and I thought that was too much. And I regret even saying I paid too much for it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Linus either, but every so often he does talk about something really. He does every so often come out with something that's super fucking cool. But this seems cool. I'll send him an email later and see if they'd be willing to see what price they are going to set these at, and see if they will send it to me via. I wish these motherfuckers took Monero though. Damn them for not being cool. What's your podcast called? I think I remember seeing posts. What's up, Ryan Only? If you should post it to YouTube, but I wasn't aware of your pod. So yeah, this feels cringe, but it's on Yellowball FM. It's just called the Privacy Bunker. Tor. Oh, interesting.
The Tor project seems to no longer be taken.
Guys, look, $100 for something good isn't that bad anymore, unfortunately. Wow, new video of new fake deep video of Kenny. Dude, it's 25. A regular backpack probably costs like 65 these days without extra features. You know what's crazy? It's got a feature right now emerging cross dev PPC 64 cross. My podcast is the Privacy Bunker though. You can find me pretty much everywhere on it. I place a clip. No, if I play the clip immediately without talking, I'm gonna get a Mental Outlaw will send me a DMCA strike and probably try to fight me. But I do want to see this. Emerging cross dev PPC 64 cross compiler so that I can cross it merge too based. This is interesting. I came across something like this. I think Sam Bent did a long video on. No, it wasn't this. He did some videos on the Tor project, but he just did something on Signal and their encrypted backup, which I thought the encrypted backup was kind of silly. I think that's why I like Molly. No, I mean clip of your podcast. Oh God, no. But you can find it. You can find it. YouTube kind of fucked it up. When I imported it, I made a playlist for a reason so it wouldn't mix with my videos, but hey guys, how you doing? Nope. And they fucked up I think what's your opinion on Kenny? I used to like I liked his older content. I liked when he talked about Gen 2. Yeah. By me, the man. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't. Hey guys, how you doing? There's a reason I did that. I think YouTube fucked up my audio. My audio is not the greatest, but it was even worse. Yeah. Me, the man. But if you need it, it's right there. YouTube might have a stroke because I'm putting a link. Yep. Maybe in the chat, but go away. I think Mental Outlaws.
The Tor project seems.
I think Mental Outlaws' older content when he talked about Gen 2 and shit was kind of cool, and when he did some other stuff, some security, and I'm using heavy quotes, experts have said he has given bad advice. That's somewhat subjective. Some people said he's given bad advice, and that's, I mean, it is subjective, like, to a certain degree. But I like the fact that he has a huge following and he promotes Linux. That's my personal take. Like, I mean, he's been on YouTube for a long time. He's 1,000 videos. He's been doing this shit for like 5 years. It's crazy. We kind of started at the same time. I'm like 4 years right now. He started a year before me. But that's, I mean, he's very consistent. I think, honestly, your audio in the live stream anyway is better than the majority of people who make YouTube their jobs. That's because I took advice. I kind of watched a couple videos on how to dial in my audio. There's a mic that I want to get, but that's when I really want to. This USB mics are terrible at carrying data. That's the problem. In terms of like making it as efficient as possible, I guess, from what I've read. If I had a really good like interface, I could probably dial it in more, but OBS is kind of good in terms of like doing the audio. It's a hit or miss, but I think YouTube actually quite literally fucked up the audio. But I liked his other. I like this stuff on this. This is probably this is a good video. Maximize your browser privacy with 0 add-ons. Add-ons add a form, and this is somewhat out. What mic are you wanting to buy? Canadian cross is actually a term in Gen 2 wiki. That's funny. It's to make good videos, but like anyways, you need to evaluate each thing on its own. I think he makes good videos. He's a huge Firefox. Did fuck up your audio from what you showed us. There's a mic. I'd have to go deep into my notes. Not my notes. There's a chat. I had a conversation with someone about mics, what mic they use, and they told me which one that I should go. That's not a stupid amount of money. It's like I can't remember, but I'm kind of like I like to keep something until it dies, kind of thing. Like my laptop, I was like, I don't need a new laptop, and then like my laptop killed itself. So
all I want to do is to browse.
But the problem is, shit like this. How hackers get into your PC on public Wi-Fi. That's crazy. Mental Outlaw's approach sometimes is he draws a schizophrenic crowd of people that are like, he draws a anti-glowy crowd, and I think he knows it probably helps his. Like, look at his most popular videos. The metaverse is the world's deepest money pit. YouTube accidentally made ad blockers more powerful. How to restore the dislike. These are great videos, but FBI demand, like, he's kind of figured out the what works for him. Google will soon like do this. Like, he's very like anti-glowy, and I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. But you go from this kind of content to his oldest, where he was doing like Vim tutorials that was getting like 14K videos. I fucking hate Vim though, so I'm the wrong person. Speed up your emerge times on Gen 2. The Savage Guide to Bacon and Eggs, which is a very interesting like 20-minute video.
So apparently, there's some of y'all out there.
The thing you need to know about mics is that they're all different for each person and their needs, so don't buy something because someone says you should. Yeah, you're right, unless they're audio engineer who knows exactly what they're trying to do. No, they just do they do podcasting, and they said they had good experience with it. And I was like, less than $100, please. So I'm kind of taking their word on it. But then again, it's now I gotta focus on getting I'm looking at some Nova custom laptops. They're fucking bonkers expensive. They're bonkers expensive, but I want core boot, and Framework for whatever fucking reason hasn't figured out how to get core boot on there. Mom, did you finish your Linux install? No, but how to
This isn't really going to hurt me.
like, what an interesting video to like post 5 years ago. Like, this is truly what I did find the funniest. Like, this guy's like, if you look at it from like this point of view, Gen 2, Linux, DWM, the Savage Guide to Bacon and Eggs. Like, just out of nowhere. And then back to like Gen 2, Key Pass XD. Like, it's just kind of funny. I think that's probably just because people keep using it and other people say, use this. And a lot of the times, this music is just too bass heavy for a person's voice. Is this the one that is it? This might be the one they told me to get. That would be really funny if that was. Or is this the one that everyone says get? No, this is not def not it. Ooh. Def not it. I love looking at channel from oldest to newest. You know what? Another one that people use, I think it's FN mic. Is it? FNN? I see this one with quite literally everyone. This one right here. FinFine? FiFine? I see this anytime. E-Girls. Yeah, the SMB7 is one that everyone says to get. No, that's surprisingly not the one they told me to get. It's this one's like, it's like $100. But it's kind of one of those things, like, I don't want to buy and just it suck, or like the one I like. The only thing I don't like about mine is, only thing I don't like is no built-in headphone jack, which would be kind of nice, because then I could just plug directly into it and it would give me immediate feedback, and I don't have to think as much. But I do miss the stop using Zoom and Mulvad and like shit like that. Like, you know how it be, you know. I don't know if you plug in earbuds into the input jack on the back, most computers you can use them. They'll have more bass. I tried that. I don't know if it's an audio driver issue, a Linux issue, or a skill issue. My headphones do not literally pick up anything. It's weird. I don't know why. It's kind of interesting. I tried. I don't know if it's even Jenkins mics and speakers are both just transducers, so they work both ways. They're bisexual. I don't know if it's a Void Linux thing, but I remember it being a nightmare to get my audio to work for like a couple hours. It was pretty bad. I had a pretty bad time. But it's like whatever. It's kind of like one of those things. Speaking of audio, audio is great, because I've been going on a buying physical media. They are bisexual. True. I've been going on a buy CDs, MP3 player, headphone, like physical, like wired headphones, and it's been great. You need separate audio input and output jacks for that to work, I think. Probably. This is why you get a mic with it built in. I think I'm not entirely sure. There's two things I hate: audio and people that say 4K is real. I don't believe 4K I always have problems with audio. When I first installed Pop OS, like the audio was the biggest headache. I don't know what it was, but I just couldn't get to work for hours. And I had to Gen 2 was actually how I fixed, I think, Void was I had to install a certain script, and because no system D, I had to link the services and start the services in a different way. But it was kind of cool. It was cool reading through like Void Linux's manual is like really good. Like it's very informative on some there was like one or two things I had an issue with, and I had to go to like a forum and find a very specific niched problem that I had that someone else had. 4K is real. It's just completely unnecessary. Look, everyone has their tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. Mine is 4K is made up. I think 4K is an illusion to sell you made by big TV, and big TV is trying to sell it to us. Until I can physically count all 4,000 pixels. I do run Void. That's what you're looking at right now. I didn't think I was gonna like Void Linux too. I love it. It's fast. It's bleeding edge. I like the name because it sounds dystopian. Updates are great. The package manager is a little goofy. It's too many words in my opinion. I want to alias all the words to shoot because their package manager XBP. I'm dyslexic, so this shit sucks. XBBS is just too many words for me, but I want to like shorten it, and I want to switch from. Some things don't work because the lack of system D and Void Linux. For me to get Steam to work, I have to use I had to get the 32-bit image involved, and I had to get my repository. My repository had to be non-free, like a non-free repository for it to get to work. So there was some tweaking I had to do, but it was a good experience after that. David Does Tech said Linux is a headache because his non-standards compliant external sound card won't work when it never compiled with any standards. Interesting. Who the fuck uses a sound card in 2025? Like an actual sound card. I thought sound cards were dead. I quite literally did not know sound cards were even a thing. Because I thought that was... when I think of sound cards, I think of like speakers and shit. Oh yeah. No, just a sound card, but external sound. No, oh, an external sound card. Yikes! Did not think that was a thing. Thought that was dead. I guess maybe if you want like a very high-end like sound, I'm assuming it's for a reason. We'll kill each other. Dildo time? I knew you were gay. True. My motherboard input jack is very noisy. Even when nothing is plugged into it, it finds a way to generate white noise. Nice. A good way to sleep. Wait, you can be straight and like... Wait, liking dildos would be straight. Now that I think about it. But yeah, it is nice to be able to own my music. I did set up... what is it called? It's called... Navidrome. I have Navidrome, and then there is some software for recommendations. Well, to be honest, if I were doing streaming audio, I'd use an external audio interface. Like, yeah, that'd probably be good. The crazy thing is, I play guitar, and I quite literally never gotten any audio equipment like that. That's why it's funny. People have I have people in my life that don't even play an instrument. They're like super into like audio, like all this. I think Louis Rossman's like really into audio, like high lossless like type of like audio, which is kind of cool. But like, I'm just like, oh, it works. It sounds good to me. I'm good, kind of thing. Though I will admit, I bought a bunch of digital CDs, and I used lossless. I got like the wave format like for lossless, and I was like, oh, I can't tell the difference, but it's more storage and it's kind of cool. I'll even say that just having the MP3 player is kind of cool. It's very nice that I not only own the music, but I quite literally I'm not on my phone, I'm just listening. We've reached the point where onboarding sound has gotten so good, but yet you can do much better with a few $100s in extra equipment. So at a certain point, it does make some sense. Yeah, I guarantee that there is... What is that one guy? This was the...
でそれまでいかにそういうことでそう雑音だらけの音を聞いてたかっていうことに我慢ができなくなっちゃった。
Takeo Morita likes to listen to music, but on his own...
Remember, I need to stop every few seconds. According to Brave Retards AI, the front panel audio jack might be causing the white noise. Oh wait, I refuse to use streaming services. Yeah, and they're unethical. They pay shit. We went over the idea of the illusion of choice, where we're having too much choice, and quite literally it's hurting us because we're not... You having a million songs doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? Does this have death? Oh, they have death touch. That's why. I'm an idiot. This is only a minute.
Own terms. The music fan spends thousands of dollars on high-end stereo equipment, all in a quest for audio perfection. But Morita, nicknamed Rock...
Can I do like 2x speed? See, when I'm done with this, generally the front panel only really differs the length of cable attached to it, which doesn't usually matter. It's probably built-in internal base itself. Interesting.
Rock Grandpa by the clerks at his favorite vinyl record shop in Tokyo has taken his hobby even further. The 82-year-old retired lawyer has installed a 40-foot utility pole in his front yard that he connected to the power grid, so he can have a personal source of pure electricity. Morita says that having your own power source eliminates electrical interference that comes from sharing a public utility pole.
This motherfucker bought his own power source for the most peak... Yeah, the most peak... Quite literally the most peak sound. Yeah, I hate streaming video services because the content is constantly changes. This is why I hate it. This is my perspective. not only it... Oh, it has first strike, though. I'm gonna get cooked. They pay the worst. Spotify is tracking everything you're doing, and people say, like, I don't care, but there might be a point where you do care. And even worse, I like the idea of having a good record player and a good reel-to-reel, or even cassette player or a CD player. The action of actually playing something. Yeah, not even just that. You own the media. If Spotify decides to ban your IP address or your email, that you say you have one email, and they decide to ban your IP address and your hardware ban you or whatever, and they blacklist your email, you now quite literally have no way to listen to music. And even worse, you have to pay for a lot. Remember, they've been working on it for like several years. They now have lossless included. Like, they found a way to do lossless streaming, when Tidal has had this for a very long time. And Tidal objectively kind of pays the best-ish, and I'm using very heavy quotes on that, but I don't see the purpose. I quite literally don't see the purpose in paying for something and you don't even get the best audio quality. Just saying. And the thing is, you can take these CDs, even though it's illegal, technically, burn them. Is this a demon? Okay, I'm good. Burn them, and then you own it. And then give it, sell it, trade it for other CDs. It's truly a way to keep shit out of the landfill, music and media alive. That's how I view it. You're keeping media alive, and you own the media. You can use it if you want. You can get the experience of actually putting things in and playing it, and you're supporting the artist at the end of the day. You're feeding them, and you're making sure they get 100% of their pay, and not pennies on the dollar per stream. And you're not giving all these royalties to this shit company. I didn't know this, but Peter Thiel owns way too much. He was like one of the biggest backers, I believe. And the recommendation is ass. I will say, all right, I lost this one. I'm cooked on it. I will say, Pandora, and mark my word, Pandora had the best audio recommendation. And I stopped using Pandora. Pandora quite literally had the only song recommendation that I actually fucked with. After that, I was like, anything else I touch, it was cooked. I did not like it. It was bad. But it sucks because, like, I don't really, after playing, like, having a MP3 player, having my own music, I quite literally did not want to ever And not only you own the media and all the other things, not being spied on. You get less distracted from your phone. I guess maybe this is a me thing. I don't like that we need to find dumb phones, reduce our security just to get away from quote unquote phone addiction. It's kind of weird. People acknowledge they have phone addiction, and they don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything about it. It's kind of strange. Imagine, I don't think phone addiction is like a crack addiction or a meth addiction. Like, I don't think it's that serious. Hold on. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna have to take the defeat. What the fuck? What the hell? Oh. Front panel audio is unplugged. Let's see if this still... Let's see. The best streaming service I ever used was Jen's 311 radio. Is this real? Incubate. Oh, I can't play any of this. I'll get a fucking fat. What's 311 radio? Is this a band? Oh, 311. Why did I say 311? Wow, didn't change a thing. What a shocker. Clown emoji. Why did I say... I know who 311 is. That's crazy, and I was just saying 311. What a boomer moment. That's funny. It's kind of interesting. What was I about to rant? Played nothing but 311 on... That's awesome. What a crazy thing just to be... fucking locked in. No, don't do it. No, don't do it. So, oh yeah. Look at dumb phones. The smartphone apocalypse. Like, everyone's like, I need to buy a dumb phone. Best dumb phone. None of them. I just want to point this out. None of them are good. Have self-control. Like, I quite literally, why I carry an iPod and a dumb phone. Like, the iPod based, the Puckett unbased, it uses an dated version. It's like, oh god, Danny California. I hate that song so much. Yeah, that song sucks. I'm not a huge... I mean, metal is like my favorite genre. Anything below that is like... I like all genres, but it's like subjective. I forgot. This guy does dumb phone reviews. There's no way this is still popular. Is it? Fixing RCS and iMessage for dumb phones. I just want to point this out. The Puckett phone signal pigeon is a massive amount of commits behind. And this was like only a couple months ago I was looking at this. Its updates are ass. Look at this. This branch is 8,000. I love the idea of dumb phone. I miss the age of unique phone flip. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I get where you're coming from. I think that tech innovation has subsided and it's not, phones aren't fun anymore. They copy each other. It's ass, but I want to point this out. When you get shit products like this, we're gonna point something out. These retards ew. Threema, they sell you this product at it's probably an insane price. They make launchers, by the way. Like, they make launchers. I don't even know. This is so expensive. $500. Okay, so let's point something out. I have nearly 1,404K ads blocked. Bandwidth saved. Nice. Based. A 5G secure phone. What the fuck does that even mean? The MC02 ships as an unlocked 5G phone. And like all phones, it doesn't require a SIM activation and 5G network access can differ depending on... Yeah, you don't need a SIM card to activate this. What is this service? I mean, a 2 warranty is nice, but... includes the purchase phone. The free period begins upon a... What is it? Everyone's just trying to reinvent the smartphones, but with fewer... Just use Graphene. Yeah, for I was just about to say this. This is my point. This is the point that I was getting. Just use Graphene OS. They make a secure phone already. You can get... What does a Pixel 9 cost? Pixel 9a. 500, same cost. And then you get a launcher. Just get a launcher. Don't even install anything Graphene, like Google related. Don't install anything Google related. They make minimal launchers. I use a launcher on one of my phones. Excellent. Graphene OS has already stated that they're going to support the 10 series. I have a spare 10. I have a 10 series for testing. I'm going to check it out. Install Graphene OS, see how it works out once I think they do the build and everything. Next iPhone will have negative ports, so you can even... Dude, yeah, I didn't know this. The fucking iPhone, one of the 17s or something, is portless. Actually, I'm going to say this. This is going to sound out of pocket. I'm okay with that. No charging port, no fixing the charging port. As long as they do fast wireless charging, I don't really care. But no way to do wired charging, which is, in my opinion, boo material. The Pixel 9a actually looks like a really decent design. I would love to upgrade from my 7a, except I don't have any reason yet. Yeah, there's no reason. I like actually the design of the 9a than the 7, personally, on a design level. I mean, that's just aesthetics. But the 10, the only thing about the 9a and the 10 is you'll get some hardware acceleration, and you'll get, I think the 8 and above will be able to do virtual machine, like better virtualized machines. It sounds like a terrible idea. I get it. But a portless design? Kind of clean. Like, you just do wireless charging. But yeah, I get it. In practice, it's really not a good idea. I get it. My brain's like, no wires? Perfect. But you can't... Apple is just going to eliminate customers. Yeah, kind of. No, there's a lot of retards out there. Let's be real. But the 9, from a design standpoint, excellent. No camera bump, too, by the way. Fucking, why the fuck didn't they do this on all their other devices? But the reason they got rid of the port is because people wanted a bigger battery. and that's how they achieved it. And that's maybe the way they did. You can't really just interface with a computer without a port. Yeah, and you can't do any headphone jack. You can't do any USB Type-C to 3.5 millimeter jack, which is that the second phone companies got rid of the headphone jack, I immediately lost faith. I immediately lost respect and faith that anything was going to be good after that. They're so brave. True. The only one without a camera bump. Yeah, like why? Like why'd you put all the good features on the cheapest one? And it feels good. Its material is great. No glass. It's $500. You can put Graphene OS on it. And it's honestly one of their best. It's Google's best design. The 9 series, in my opinion, is the best design, period. That's my take. The 9 series in general, but the 9A was fucking a genius move. I'll even say that I like my 7A, my Pixel 7a, but I hate that it doesn't have any headphone jack. So I knew somebody with the Pixel 7a, not the A, but the 7 series. Ass. The glass broke on the camera. I think it was a design flaw due to heating, and if you just tapped the glass on the camera, it would just shatter with any amount of pressure. Oh, and the 10 phone looks terrible. Yeah. It looks like the 9. I have the 9 Pro XL. Everything else is wired. The only wireless tech I use is my one Bluetooth device, which I barely use, and Wi-Fi. I barely use Wi-Fi. I don't like to. I'm glad I got the 9. The 9's good. It looks good. I like the 9. Ooh, yeah, the 10 doesn't have any SIM card slot, which I don't like. I think that was cringe. That was very cringe of them. I don't know why the fuck they did that. Like, I don't think it's a control thing, because eSIM is just no different than physical SIM. My argument for the lack of SIM card is when we get deeper into the lack of SIM card ownership, like the ability to do it, is if your phone breaks, you can just take your SIM card out and put it in another phone, and it works. Like, you don't gotta go into your carrier, you don't gotta call anyone. Forced eSIM is kind of a problem. I don't like that. Oh, fuck me, the 10 doesn't. Nope. They completely eliminated it. All eSIM. Again, I don't think it's a dystopian, like, super surveillance thing. It's the same thing, but 100%. I mean, you don't get security updates anymore, I think. So I wouldn't enjoy that. Why don't you just get a Pixel 9a and run Graphene OS? Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with the eSIM shit when I already have a SIM. Yeah, all I'm saying is, because people go into like this weird like schizophrenic rant. They're like, oh, it's just a way to SIM card slut. Yeah, for real. I think SIM cards just make it very convenient. If your phone breaks or something, you can take it out and just put it in another phone, and you don't have to do any extra work. That's all. And it's also a lot easier to save your contacts to your SIM card, just as a backup. I use Edisync, which is encrypted contact syncing and calendar, but whatever. My SIM card was one of the big ones when I moved to a phone with a micro SIM card. So I cut that fucking thing with a razor blade, and it's janky as shit, but it still works. Nice, based. I forgot about the big ones. I've used micro for a long time at this point, where a lot of European phones, I think some of them, even like the modern ones, will still use like the fat SIM. Why do phones have limited security updates? Why can't I just run Gen 2 and infinite security patches on my phone? That's a good question. Ask Gen 2 users. Really, it comes down to cost. Samsung has... That might be true. Let's find out. Let's ask the internet. Did iPhone... No, it had to. Wow. That's crazy. Well, I think CDMA is not even a thing anymore. I think it's resources and financing, and companies just don't want to pay. Security is always an afterthought, Billy. The iPhone 4 Verizon had no. I didn't because Verizon was CDMA at the time. I didn't know this. Actually, that's crazy. Wow, CDMA didn't use SIM cards. I didn't know that. I don't think CDMA is a thing anymore. I think Sprint died with it. Wow. Because I thought the iPhone 14 was the 15. 14 or 15 was the first one to be completely SIM-less. Wow. Oh, you learn something new every day. Wow, that's actually insane. I mean, I knew eSIMs weren't like a new thing. I think the Samsung's had eSIMs for a long time. Dual SIMs were always like kind of well known. Let's see what the first eSIM phone was. The first smartphone featured of eSIM was the Google Pixel 2, released in 2017, which used eSIM technology exclusively through Google Fi service, while the Pixel 2 was the first mobile phone to implement the eSIM. The technology was first introduced to wearable device earlier. The Samsung Gear 2 Classic smartwatch. Oh, nice. SIM cards were actually not common in the U.S. until GSM3. Oh, did not know them. Oh, in November 10, GSMA began discussing the possibility of software-based SIM. In March 2012, the meeting European Telecommunications Center Motorola noted that EU ICC is geared in digital devices, and Apple foresaw eSIMs in consumer products. February 26, December released the Samsung Gear 2 Classic. Interesting. In December 27, Apple first introduced eSIM port with the Apple Watch Series 3 and A22 iPhone with the iPhone XS. There were 131 phones that. Wow. Remote SIM provisioning, and users can change mobile data companies without needing. So, what was the first dual SIM phone? Dual SIM's kind of cool. I think the Pixel sports up to like 15 or something. The first phone to include dual SIM functionality was the Benfenton Twin Dual SIM, released by a Finnish company in the year 2000. The device was marketed as the world's first GSM phone with an operating system and a place for two SIM cards, allowing users to manage two separate mobile subscriptions. The Finnish operator LPV highlighted its utility for combining regional network economies with global coverage, and particularly beneficial for users who frequently travel outside the primary service area. While the phone was initially known as the Benfone Twin, the dual SIM feature was significant innovation at the time. Finnish Brave AI says the reason the phone didn't receive an update is because they have 3 gigs of RAM and 4050 may not meet arbitrary performance requirements. No, that's not it. It's just money. I had a friend who bought a Verizon phone from GS providers, so the phone would only connect to his provider when he had 4G connection, which at the time was pretty rare. I thought it had 8 cores, 1.35 gigahertz. Better than your laptop, right, Billy? Interesting. I had a friend who bought Verizon phone for GS providers, so the phone would only connect to his provider when he had 4. That's crazy. So Verizon phones, you can't actually install Graphene OS because they install their own crazy way to lock. They have their own way of locking their bootloader down, where it's just not possible. It's fucking insane, by the way. I don't get why they even do that. That's even if you own the phone outright. See, this is when phones were kind of cool. The laptop one core is 1.5 gigahertz. Wow, your phone is outpacing your laptop. Your one core laptop. Huh. I kind of miss like the dual SIM tray. It's kind of cool. I miss expandable storage to a certain degree too. It's kind of silly they got rid of that. That and headphone jacks. The removable battery, I'm not really too. And the laptop. 2005? How long ago was 2005? Let's see. "19 years ago. He kept complaining the phone wasn't working, and I was telling him, yeah, it's because your network uses a SIM card and Verizon doesn't, so your 4G phone can't connect to Verizon's 3G. That's crazy. I didn't know this. Japan used phones as hotspots. They used their phones. This was quite interesting. Japan was the leader in mobile phone technology. They had the first commercial camera phone. It was the... I do like learning about like these weird phone technologies. Some of the features, they had email, they had configurable databases, they had phone and address books, alarm clocks. They actually came up with emojis, by the way. They were the first people to have emojis. I did not know this. But apparently also they used their phones could be used as mobile modems. And these modems could be used to connect video games to like the internet. Japan was the leader also. The first mass market camera phone was the JSH04 and the Sharp J phone model sold in Japan in the year 2000. It could instantly transmit pictures via cell phone telecommunications. The J phone, stylized, which stands for photo mail, model not only included a camera but also the functionality to send photographs via message email, which made the phone extremely popular at times. Technologies like 3G mobile broadband were common in Japan before any other country. Verizon switched to GSM on their 4G network, so if you had a phone in between, it would either work on one or the other. 3G was always CDMA, which is incompatible with GSM. Yeah, that's why 2G is kind of like dying out. 2G is dead. 3G is going to die eventually. 4G is going to be around for a while. I think for another probably decade plus. And then 5G eventually will be the 4G of whatever it is. Later, Billy. Camera phone features like selfie front face. Yeah, that was crazy. With the mandatory shutter sound. If you're in Japan, they require a shutter sound. That's insane. Well, there's a reason why. It's kind of dark, but... Online video. Portable video player. MP4. MP3. Calculator. E-money service. And various certain functions through Untouched IC. Felicia is a Contacts RFID smart card. The system is primarily used in electronic mounting cards. The name stands for Felicity Card. Wow. Vending machines with which can use QR codes. This was crazy cool. I forgot. Denso made this. I think Denso is an automotive company. Yeah, Denso. I forgot. Denso, the automotive company, made QR codes and made it open source, and anyone could fucking use it. They had their first cryptocurrency, guys. E-money service. Japan was really ahead of its time in terms of tech. I think I read something about this. They were super ahead of their time, and then their technology stopped in the early 2000s completely, and they haven't advanced really since. Denso made QR. Yes, isn't that crazy to find out? I learned this information a long time ago about QR codes for whatever reason, but yeah, Denso, the automotive manufacturer, made it. It's actually very interesting, and I don't know why. I know this information, but how I came across it. But he essentially didn't. I don't think he patented it. I don't think the guy that made it patented it because he thought that everyone should have this. You can fit a lot in QR codes, by the way.
QR codes were invented in Japan. Not for phones, but for car parts.
Yeah.
In 1994, a company called Denso Wave created them. They needed a faster way to scan components. QR stands for quick response. Unlike barcodes, they hold much more data.
Yep.
Now, they're used for menus, payments, even art. From factories to your phone screen. Simple squares.
Well, yeah. But that's crazy, right? Think about that one. This was the one.
When QR codes
This
first
is
came
the
out,
video I
thought they
watched.
were awful. Never.
I watched this video, and it's the one that told me that Denso made this, and this guy I love Vertasium is like
When QR codes
is like normal Vsauce, but he has an interview with this guy at the.
そういう病院で読ますこと。
Contactless payment using QR codes took off in. Then there is an error. Or you have to find a place to buy if it's information
Oh,
stored.
nice, guys! Go, my favorite game that I suck at. So you can scan this QR code, and it will lead you to I think this video. Where is it?
業者がキーボードでデータを入力しなければならないので、さらに
Back when Vertasium was good? Yeah. Vertasium was good. I still like his videos. I know he's owned by a big company now, though. A big company owns this channel, so there's not really QR codes are amazing, but also, yeah, they can be dangerous because you could be scanning them and going to a website.
Most plain door.
But here's the thing. Most websites will warn you if it's unencrypted, so kind of good. If you have a very secure browser, like...
At a Japanese auto parts manufacturer, Denso, was getting frustrated at having to scan multiple barcodes for filling in the same box of car components.
そうですね。それと自動車の工場で油を使うので、バーコード
What a base thing to do. There's actually... I'm thinking of destroying his video. I just think they destroyed his videos along with the spawn. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pro because they can make their own, they can spend more time making content, but I completely agree and get where you're coming from. There's actually this cool software called it's self-hosted with QR codes. I think this is it. Nope, this isn't it. This is dead. This is old. There's a self-hosted service. Is this it? No, it's a huge... I think this is it. Nope, that's not it either. This is a great tool, by the way. If you caught it. I mean, the Japanese guy in that video. Oh, I love how his shirt looks like a really basic QR code. That's kind of funny. Probably true. There's a self-hosted inventory management system that uses QR codes, it's not this. If I saw the website, I need to start clipping websites that I find cool stuff. Inventory system. I need to get link warden working. Maybe this is it. Storage box. I don't like PHP though. I think yeah. Because this had like a whole website. You can either pay for them to do it for you. I mean, alternative two. Open box, no. Park keeper, no. Bentry, no. Nope. Nope. Never gonna find this bitch, am I? Long story short, it's a cool inventory management system that allows you to use QR codes essentially as a way for it's open source, it's self-hosted, it's really they have they have a hostable, I think it's Shelf. I think that's what it's called. It's called Shelved. Nope, that's not it. Whatever, if I find it, I'll let everyone know. Like... Huh. What is it? I think this is it. Well, kind of close. Huh. Barcode. This is it. Shelf.nu. Found it. That was gonna fucking give me AIDS if I couldn't figure out. Asset management for equipment and teams. Use QR codes. This was a very long-winded thought process for just one app, but It's free to it's open source, it's free to self-host. It's very cool. Kind of based, actually. And they have, if you want them to do it for you, they'll self-host it for you. $34 is pretty good. Unlimited. It's unlimited register team members, max assets. I think they give you a very good free tier. Kind of based. It's trusted by the Chicago Bulls, guys. I don't know what that means, but very cool software. I would like to eventually like set it up and actually check it out. I'm always testing software though. I hate to interrupt, but I have to take about 10-15 minutes to spend a little time with my outside cats. Based. I'll be back if you're still here. I mentioned this because the last time I came back you were gone, so I don't want you to think I'm the... Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, man. Definitely spend time with the stray cats and hope that they are loved and enjoyed. If I'm still here. If I'm not, appreciate you. You have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next stream. Oh, they're so loved. I can't help it. I love cats. Based. As you should. The based animal. Cats are open source. Oh, look. Doggos. That's crazy. Oh, remember, don't get this. It's not secure. It's probably good dog. It's probably dog shit. Look, I love dogs. They're sweet and cute. Cats are the best. And they're funny. I do like all animals, though, so... I'd like a cool animal, like, I'd love... Like a wild animal. Like a bear or something, like a grizzly bear. Or a pig. Like a giant pig, huge pig. That I could, like, ride into battle. Like a warthog or something. That'd be kind of sick. I vaguely remember riding horses one time in my lifetime somewhere. I think I've been near a horse. I can't remember, really. Ooh, not good. Oh, he's about to get spooky. Look at this sick combo. Yikes. Gotta end this guy quick. No way. Damn, I'm gonna be cooked here. Good combo, though. Still lost, but damn. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all stopping by, getting some knowledge out here about video stuff. Thank you. Make sure to argue in the comments, share, like, and subscribe.